One of those vets was former WBZ photographer Danny Marotta. He was among those receiving pins before today's game in recognition of their military service.
Hey, pal.
Danny Marotta. An angel once said, "No man is a failure who has friends. You, my friend, have many." Your friends at WBZ, past and present, would like to say thank you for your service and thank you for your friendship.
Danny, thank you for your service. I come from a family of military members, and I appreciate anything and everything you do.
You have so much to be proud of, Danny. Thank you for your service.
Though it seems like a lifetime ago, I'm sure your service in Vietnam has stayed with you for a lifetime. You know so many who made the ultimate sacrifice, and you make sure that we never forget. It is our job to make sure that we always honor your service. Thank you.
Danny Marotta, thank you for your service. From your old boss and good friend.
Danny, I want to thank you for your service. It's always meant so much to me to work with a United States veteran like yourself.
Thank you for your service, pal.
Today's speaker is Sharon Alfonsi.
Along the way, you will meet people you will never forget. Characters like no other. One of my favorites, Danny Marotta, a veteran photographer from South Boston. He fought in Vietnam and reminded me whenever I got stressed, it's just TV, pal. It's just TV. Don't take yourself too seriously. No one else will. You work in journalism. You're not performing heart surgery.
Hey, Paisan! Congratulations on your pin! You deserve it. Deserve it. I love you, bud, and I miss you so much.
Danny was an Air Force sergeant in Vietnam from August 1967 through June of 1971. He says it's nice to be remembered and appreciated. He just wishes that would have been the case for all Vietnam vets when they first returned home 50 years ago.
Protecting us and the country is priority number one, and you, my friend, have been a big part of that. So thank you for your service, and it's about time, 50 years, as you were honored. A wonderful ceremony.
Because you went, a lot of us didn't have to go. My number was, in the draft, was a little too high. Ginny's boyfriend's number was number 1, and somehow he got out of it. But you went voluntarily. There's no one like Danny Marotta. I will always cherish every moment I spent with him. I will always think of it as an honor and a privilege.
Danny, one of my favorite memories working with you was our great weekend in Washington, D.C. for the dedication of the World War II Memorial. And it was so moving to see the way you interacted with the World War II veterans. As a veteran yourself, becoming emotional, watching the dedication to that generation, which was denied for too long to your generation.
Heading to the family Yankee swap, one of the family Yankee swaps in Marblehead. And we feel so fortunate to be able to do so in this beautiful land of the free and the brave, especially because of the bravest of the brave people like you, Gary.
Hey, Danny, thanks, man. We need more guys like you.
Thank you for your service, Danny. Thank you for your service, Danny.
Brady and Derek.
Hey, Danny, you know, I have to tell you, thank you for all you've done. Over the years, you've been a really big part of this family. My husband, my daughter, Veterans Day. Is he gonna make it over the fence? You're a huge part of our family and we love you. Thanks.
Hey, pal. Thank you for your service. Appreciate your help always. Always love talking to you on Veterans Day and Memorial Day. And I'm standing right in front of the scrotodendron. So, best to you, buddy.
Here's the deal.
Danny Marotta, my guy. Man, I gotta tell you, I miss you like no tomorrow. But I do want to say thank you for your service, because what you've done, man, second to none. You're the best, my friend.
I'm just a farm kid from Ohio, and I'm being led down this path by this kid from Southie. Who the hell knew where Southie was? Danny was the kind of guy that always had your back. So thank you for your service. You're certainly one of my favorites. I loved every minute of it. Wouldn't trade it for the world.
Thank you for your service.
He says it's nice to be remembered and appreciated. He just wishes that would have been the case for all Vietnam vets when they first returned home 50 years ago.
One of my best memories of Danny, going to Rome. Loved it. We were there with Cardinal Sean. And I hope you've forgiven me for what I said under that painting of Mother Superior. I'm not sure if I'm still working it off with the higher powers, but being there with you was very special, and I loved every minute of it, and I treasure our friendship.
And speaking of the military, one time, somebody on this video, I won't say who, told Danny to grow up. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And he goes, grow up! I did my growing up in a place called fucking Vietnam.
Hey, pal. Fucking boss wants to see you in the fucking office.
So let's do a bit of play acting. Here's Marotta. Hey, pal. I know I'm the shop steward, and I'm put in a really awkward position. But like Ricky, I know he screwed up again. But it is something you can do to help him out.
Not a bad impression of Marotta, Brownie.
Oh, I like this story.
Dan, he has a $500 cell phone bill.
$500 cell phone bill?
So I said, Ricky, do you need a loan?
500 seems light.
And all of the calls that we're looking at are to his friends.
Of fake news.
None is a call to the station.
They gave us the phones. We put them in the vans. They told us to use them. All right, maybe I might have made a couple of phone calls here and there to friends, but everybody does that.
This is more entertaining than Sports Final.
You're a reasonable guy, pal. I just want to say, maybe give him a pass this time.
That was a decent Marotta impression.
Yeah, that's not possible. So, what we can set up is a payment plan.
I'll make them a deal. I'll shovel snow.
Feckin' Ricky looks like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
From the front of the building at WBZ for next couple of years. Yeah, you can try. I don't think he's gonna go for that bell. It's stupid or what?
Okay, pal. You win. Company wins. Beating up the little guy. But if that's what it takes, we got a deal.
You know, one of the great gifts Danny gave us was the gift of language. He actually invented the word feck. So when you hear the feckin' word in this feckin' video, don't feckin' bleep it out, because it's not a feckin' swear.
Always remember one thing. You taught me this. Just yes him to death, and then do whatever you want.
Hey, Ricky, I used that line on a couple of my ex-wives.
Speaking of the service in the military, Danny never really talked about Vietnam. He was very humble, very modest. Till one day somebody came up to us and they go, hey, did you ever see that movie Platoon? And he goes, I didn't need to feckin' see it, pal. I was feckin' there.
Merry Christmas, Danny and Cindy.
A Merry Christmas, Danny and Cindy. Cindy and Danny, Merry Christmas.
I appreciate your continued support and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Danny. Yes, behind me is the New York City skyline because, hey, why not come to the Big Apple and just celebrate with throngs and throngs of people?
Merry Christmas to you, Danny. I miss you. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season.
God bless you.
Danny, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you and your much, 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 much better half in Cindy.
Danny, Merry Christmas to you and your girlfriend Cindy.
Now wife. He
had me. He always used to say, my girlfriend Cindy. In the car, yeah.
I may use this.
Yeah.
But I asked him.
Can I make a joke about that?
Yeah, because I asked him the same thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, my wife.
Oh, okay, good. I always enjoyed riding in the car, hearing about your girlfriend Cindy, who's now your bride. Merry Christmas.
I don't know if you're in the snow or in the sun. Hopefully you're in the sun. If you are, bring some back.
Merry freaking Christmas to everybody, and to all a good night.
Cheers to our friend Danny.
The richest man in town.
See, Danny? It really is a wonderful life.
Merry Christmas, Danny.